r/ask Reddit. What negative quality do you actually find attractive? Someone who's a little bit catty. My wife will gladly give someone shit when I'm too much of a nice dude to care. Once she pipes up, I realize that a part of me cared after all. Do you happen to be John Mulaney? They shouldn't treat you like that. My husband doesn't have the best memory when it comes to small things, especially what food is in our house. He often buys something or is gifted something and forgets about it and then gets super excited when he remembered he has it or finds it randomly. It's super cute and I love how excited he gets about little things. It also brings me joy when I can tell he forgot about something and I get to remind him because I know he about to be really happy. I never thought about seeing my sauce forgetfulness this way. Thanks for this. I feel like the attractive quality is less about forgetfulness and more about happiness over small things. Clinginess over affectionate. Duck, I am fine with cuddling all day or holding your hand everywhere or being all cutesy and shit. Probably cause I had a cat growing up, IDK. There it is. Yeah, I like clingy girls. Probably because I grew up mostly a loner and very introverted, so having a girl who is stage 5 clinger is actually great for me. When my husband and I started dating, he gave me this weird disclaimer: I'll probably drive you crazy because I will do stuff like wanting to be in the same room as you and holding your hand and hugging you and all that. So just tell me to back off when I am being annoying. I was like, are you kidding? I love all that stuff. Being reasonably nitpicking. If you can analyze the situation and point out the flaws and are willing to have a conversation about that, that is my well button to press. So you're the child my father wanted. He wanted anxious, balding 21-year-old student. Your father clearly has weird choices. I like someone to have a decent nose on them. The kind of nose where people comment on it behind their back. That's an interesting face that I often find attractive. My nose is big and bent. Hello. Sup cutie. I'm the one with the negative quality. I'm currently with a woman who loves when I don't take my Adderall and my ADHD tendencies flare up. She's the first person I've ever met who will gladly listen to me ramble endlessly about various topics I've hyper-focused on over the years. When I take my meds, I quiet down a lot. Most people see that as a positive, myself included. She's the only one who sees it as a loss. I love her Reddit. Did not expect this to blow up, but that's Reddit for you, lol. To the positive folks, thanks for your kind words. To the negative folks, stuff it. I don't take my meds all the time. Only when I actually need them. Usually administrative stuff or studying. So I have no addiction. To the people saying that is awesome. Seriously, you like constantly forgetting important shit, fidgeting endlessly, and accidentally dominating conversations with rambles that jump subjects constantly? I don't turn into a zombie on it. I calm down and consider my words before I speak. I'm sorry some of you have had bad experiences with ADHD meds, but that doesn't reflect upon my experience. Before my treatment I would never have expanded my education. I literally could not do any advanced math. I couldn't pay enough attention to calculate correctly on medication. I actually enjoy mathematics for the first time in my life. Pardon me for taking advantage of that. Dude, that's awesome. I have ADHD myself, so I am slightly envious of you. Just having one person you can ramble about anything to is amazing. You don't realize how much that nagging feeling in the back of your mind that the person you're talking to is getting bored is actually weighing you down until it's gone. I used to say I respected people who spoke their mind. Then I began to notice that there are so many people out there that just need to keep their mouths shut. So, I like quiet people who just work hard and say hello and goodbye. Whether or not the person possesses any eloquence is a big determining factor as to whether or not they're being obnoxious when speaking their mind. If they're just loud and abrasive, well, ain't nobody got time for that. What if they're quiet and abrasive? Nothing kills a good burn like someone going, "Sorry, can you repeat that?" 6 ducking times. I find traditionally weird annoying laughs cute. I briefly dated a girl who would shout HA and then snort when she laughed, and it drove me ducking wild for some reason. I shout HA. I also have a Dr. Hibbert laugh. Awkwardness. I find it kind of endearing, and usually the more awkward they are the less judgmental they are, and it just makes it more comfortable to be around them. Where have you been all my life? That's how I landed my first date with my wife. Couldn't get through asking her out without stumbling over my words, and when I left the room I tripped on my way out. Honesty. I spent a few weeks in Russia, and it was so refreshing. Someone thought my hat was stupid, and another thought my opinions of soccer were all wrong. They say what they think like they're talking about the weather. It feels so good to be around people that say what they think to me instead of behind my back. You're ugly and your opinions are dumb. You free Friday? I am free, but I'd rather ram an ice pick through my own eyeball than spend Friday with you. Want to go for lunch this afternoon? People who are quiet and unassuming until someone says or does something out of line. When they turn into a no bullshit verbal battering ram after that. I love that shit. One of my favorite sayings I try to live by is do no harm, but take no shit. There are 3 things all wise men fear: the sea in storm, a night with no moon, and the anger of a gentleman. Patrick Rothfuss, The Wise Man's Fear. Taking advantage of situations in the name of efficiency. So, Germans? I'm German. Did not laugh. It's inefficient to laugh. I love it when a woman shouts and curses at me, preferably in another language. You should marry a Mexican mom. They don't hold back. Dated a woman from the Dominican Republic. They have that same fire burning in them. I fucking love it. Grey hair. I feel like it gets a bad rep where I've had people telling me they would cry if they got grey hair. I personally quite like it, so such a strong reaction confuses me. My hair started graying last year. I was excited to rock the salt and pepper look in the upcoming years. I'm getting a little bit of silver and grey in my beard. I'm 21 years old. Glasses. Person can't see proper, but glasses are super cute. Oh my god, my partner is so hot with glasses on. Username does not check out. Clingy. Duck and latch onto me, baby. When we first became official, I turned to my now ex and said once I get attached to someone I get kinda clingy. So tell me if it becomes an issue, and he responded with I like clingy. Latch on. Well, wouldn't you know it, he actually preferred to keep himself at arm's length, both physically and emotionally, at all times, and it became a running joke that I was a creep for being so into him. I'm still holding out hope someone will be okay with appreciate that I tend to put a lot of effort into a relationship. Like, too much TBH. Edit. I like that I'm getting half I relate and half you have problems. I like the variety. Not fond of the hate messages, though. Just to clarify, I'm clingy in the way that I want to fulfill every need. I love spending time alone with my partner. I'm pretty touchy-feely. I like PDA, and I do get anxious when I don't hear from them for a while. One day plus, unless I know they're busy, out of town, etc. I have hobbies. I like spending time alone pretty often. I can do my own thing. I don't blow up someone's phone because I haven't heard from them in 20 minutes. I think people get attracted to the idea of someone wanting them so much they get clingy and possessive. I'm definitely guilty of that. Eventually you realize that someone always clinging onto you is exhausting. The ideal balance is someone who loves to hold you close and claim you as theirs, but is confident and secure enough to let you go for a while, and switch easily between the two. Of course, that's a hard balance for anyone to strike. Apparently white trash judging by my last few exes. Oof. Phew. Being opinionated. It's such a negative now because of people who are like, your opinion is wrong because you don't agree with me. But I love talking or debating about people's opinions because it can open yours or someone else's mind. Right on. So many folks seem to be in agree or argument mode that the concept of debate just doesn't compute. Clumsiness, awkwardness. Hell edit. Sorry I tripped over and dropped the O. Absolute mad lad. When someone is still finding themselves, a lot of people regard it as a bad thing, but I view it as a possible sign that that person has a growth mindset, and therefore I have a chance to grow together with that person and form a strong relationship in the future. Also titties. Wait, how are titties a negative? I am pretty sure they're a big plus. Maybe they are backbreakingly big. I've been in Asia for 15 years now. Basically everything the locals find unattractive, I really like. Dark skin is probably the most common one. All across Asia, they like to be pale. I used to have girls tell me how jealous they were of my light skin. but back home, I was considered pasty and gross. So it's nice for me, but it's funny when locals try to point out someone to me by their features. Yep, he's the dark one over there. Guys, I'm white. I don't know which one of you is the dark one. American. Lived in India for 3 years. Saw this a lot. I had a particularly dark friend who was very handsome. I pointed out a girl to him and he said no, I don't want black children. I just looked at him. I had to think to myself, well, you better not have any then. I am from India and this hypocrisy exists. Many people here would feel harassed and rant about racial discrimination if someone, say a white man, discriminates them, but the very same people may go on judging other for a darker skin tone than them. When taking a marriage proposal or attending a marriage, the first thing people judge girl bride on is their skin tone. In educated and modern people, this prejudice shouldn't exist, but now they go on judging both sexes on basis of skin color. I have amazingly funny, charming and handsome friends who have a darker complexion. It's uneasy for me how this social behavior affects their self-confidence. Nerds. I fucking love it when people are total nerds about some obscure interest. I don't care if it's trains, or snails, or chopsticks. I love passion for knowledge and I could learn so much from you. Also, class clown types, so long as they're not idiotic about it. TFW, you hide every possible interest you have due to fear of judgment and then you're considered boring and can't make friends anyways. No wonder I'm on Duck and Reddit all day. My poor girlfriend. I get very passionate about stuff every few years. I pick something new. It went from gaming, to cycling, fish keeping, photography, watches, knives, cooking, archery, cars. Not in any order really. Some stuff I dropped, some other I still do actively. Deathly pale skin like me, bye. Especially with dark hair for me. Something about the contrast is so attractive to me. Especially when they have like really pink cheeks all the time. People with a dark or morbid sense of humor. The day my grandpa passed, I was on the drive home with my boyfriend and I said something like, "Sorry you had to stay out so late. I know it'll be hard to get up for work in the morning." His reply was, "It's okay, I'll live." When he realized what he said, the look on his face was that of pure mortification. I thought it was hysterical. My dad had a heart attack. We were all gathered around his hospital bed when I asked, "Dad, I know this is a bad time but I'm in the will, right?" He said, "Of course. What part of the debt would you like?" Girls with raspy voices that crack occasionally. Old ladies that smoked in bowling alley for 80 years. Men who are very open about their emotions and can cry in front of other people. A lot of people view that as a negative thing. They might want a tough guy who hides that stuff. I find it super attractive and love when men are honest about how they're really doing. My husband is talkative as duck. It's annoying at times, but overall it's a more endearing trait. I also don't mean like a chatterbox talkative. It's just like dating a professor who wants to explain everything from the top very clearly. So that means giving a ton of background to even mundane stories. But he normally makes it interesting. He's like Wikipedia word vomiting at me. I like women that feel inaccessible to me. So all women? R/me eye roll. I kinda like a bit of trashiness. I like them a little wild. Slightly trashy girls are usually pretty confident and down for almost anything. I like that. Yep, I'm with you. They're not as likely to judge you for liking a weird thing either. But it's difficult to find the right level of trashiness. I am a positively charged electron, so I like it when another electron has a negative quality. Unless he's an a-hole. So you just annihilate each other when you meet? Chubby bellies. A guy with a cute face and a chubby belly does things to me. Waiting for your inbox to become a Magic the Gathering tournament. I want a girl with uninterrupted prosperity who uses a machete to cut through red tape. Are freckles considered negative? Most people I've met don't like them, but I like them. I love redheads with freckles and green blue eyes. I think they are the most beautiful people. Girls with RBF, IDK. Some people find it not attractive, but it's attractive for me. Really bad farts? Reticulated bonus phalanges? What is RBF? I need to know. Resting beach face. Well actually, I see hate for this in r/Naseguis etc. but I like being corrected. If I'm wrong about something, stop me before I make a fool out of myself more. Ducking, learn me woman. Being a homebody, the ability to just enjoy one another's company without always needing to go somewhere for it to count as being fun. Can't overdo it though. None of this locked in the mansion for 3 years straight binge watching all your favorite shows. On second thought. Small tits. Being a bit crass and shameless with sexual language. It makes a difference in how it's presented though, because there's a fine line between a woman who really wears their promiscuity, or as one used to put it, her sluphood, on their sleeve versus a woman who says shit for attention or to appear sexually woke but is far from it. The latter speaks to a crowd. The former speaks to the guy she's into. Case in point, a woman I met at a party and ended up FWB for some time said to me, "You look like you would tear me up, and I'm not wearing any panties," during moments when everyone else was distracted or we were semi-alone. She was goddamn wild in the bedroom and was super confident in herself. She had a few threesomes and even gone to a couple sex parties in the past. Meanwhile, another woman who I had sex with would say shit to a crowd to get reactions, e.g., "I love to swallow" and stuff like that. She was the most frigid, vanilla, and unexciting woman I had ever slept with, and kept acting as if everything I was doing was wrong and she was educating me on sex. It didn't surprise me when she would complain that she always has to teach guys how to have sex. A girl that curses a lot. In my experience, they always seem to be more goofy and take themselves not as seriously. More fun in general. Guys that are a little odd looking. I've named the subset Sexy Frankenstein. LMAO, my friends and I call these guys Frankenfiends. Crooked teeth. Not like falling out of your head, but coming in crooked. Most people consider it negative when someone isn't open about their feelings or has boundaries that they are usually very strict about. It lets me know that they are organized and in touch with their emotions, and I find that extremely attractive. I like poor communicators. I like clingy. To me it's cute, and I like when a girl is so into me she's almost literally attached to my hip. Being a bit of a judgment beachy person. I can't stand people who like everyone. I'm respectful to everyone, but I certainly don't like everyone. So beach about your annoying co-worker to me all you want. I like a girl with a backbone who isn't afraid to take the piss out of me. Banter if you will. I always think Mila Kunis and Ted is a perfect example of this. I have great dance moves. Yep, so do people with Parkinson's. Just give me some shit now and then. Get us play fighting. Ugh, I love it. Call me on my shit sometimes. Don't just agree with everything. Say I'm talking crap. Prove it if you can, etc. A neediness insecurity about herself. Not to an extreme. I don't want someone who desperately needs contact and refuses to believe I like them, but a bit of nervousness. Wanting to talk to me a lot. Occasionally worrying about how I perceive them. I find endearing. It's probably not a great thing to look for in a partner, but as someone who has suffered a lot from low self-esteem and anxiety, I can kinda relate. I enjoy being someone that they can build that self-esteem around. However, the two long-term girlfriends I've had both started as very insecure, needy and clingy. Over the course of the relationship, became super self-confident, sexy, outgoing people, and then left me. So maybe I'm ducking shit up for myself. I know small narrow eyes are considered less attractive by most East Asian beauty standards, but I find them very sexy, especially when he smiles. Ugh. Being hateful. I enjoy hating things together. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.